Alright, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. This video is entitled It All Comes Out in the Wash. Meaning, in the end it all comes out clean. Or, is that what I'm meaning? I don't think so. What I'm saying is, you're going to know the truth at the end of the day. And that's what happens when it all comes out in the wash. Like, the dirt is gonna, be out. So let's just get into it because I'm confusing my damn self. There is no need for you to be, as a person, to always try to figure out a person, or get to the bottom of the situation, or you need to get the dirt on a particular person, or get this, that, and the third. If you deal with a person long enough, it all comes out in the wash. Okay? This idea that, you need to hear magical words, or you need to, look up a person's history, or hear them say a particular sentence and it leads you down a rabbit hole of this, that, and the third, because you're trying to protect yourself. In some ways, it makes sense. In other ways, it's BS. Because you're gonna have to take the time to get to know people anyways. Even when you want to write people off, it all comes out in the wash. This is why sometimes you invite the wrong people into your life and you have them for too long, and you boot the right people out of your life because of some nonsensical thing and too soon, and you figure this out because you didn't let it come out in the wash. You just decided to, you made a judgment call. You win some, you lose some. And this happens all the time. This happens in the dating market where, I need to know all of this information about you. I need to know where you work and how much money you make, and what you eat, how do you sleep, what kind of gas do you put in your car, do you like popcorn or do you like chips? I don't know. Cool Ranch or nacho cheese? I don't know. I can't. Because for some odd reason you think it's going to get you somewhere, where it's not, because you're going to need to know character. And character comes with being around a person in time for a specific amount of time. And then it comes out in the wash. Because see, people, this is why sometimes people have a hard time with a person who is what you see is what you get. Because I'm suspicious of that being the real you. And you wind up ruining relationships with people like that because they are who they are when you met them. That's who they say they are. That's who they are. But you're so suspicious because you want to get to the bottom and find the dirt and look for the evil and look at the devil around the corner in their personality. And you don't realize that, you just proved yourself to be a jerk. Because when you realize that's who they really are, it's like, I've been trying to set you off unnecessarily because a lot of times people project the worst onto people in hopes that they bring out the worst in people to justify that this person, to justify writing this person off out of your life. But that's a personal problem. Like, if you're doing that, you're the one with the problem. You don't go around picking fights with people and saying, this person is violent. That doesn't make sense. That means you're an instigator. You're an agitator. But if you let it be, it all comes out in the wash. You know, if you leave people alone, they're gonna show you who they are. You know, I can admit, like, I'm a loner. I like to be left alone. You know, I like my space. I like people, but I don't like people. You know, I can't say that. I'm a loner because I like peace, and I meet too many people, and I always interact with people and have fun with people, but at some point I need peace. So if someone is too drama filled, you know, I'll find out because you interrupted my peace. If somebody is too needy, I'll find out. You know, if somebody is lazy, I'll find out because it all comes out in the wash. You know, I'm not trying to prove you to be a liar. You are who you are, and that's who I'm gonna accept you as. Because if you're something different, when you get comfortable, it all comes out. My grandmother used to tell me, you know, everybody, you know, people have their persona or their representative. She used to call it their representative. You know, she said when they get comfortable, they'll show you who they are. And a lot of times we're wasting a lot of time trying to sneak around people's representative when simply put, either you're going to accept somebody for who they are or who they present themselves to be, or you're not. Because, you know, if they are lying, that's on them. That's not on you. You know, you can waste your time with a person who's telling you the truth because you're not compatible, and you can waste your time with a person who's lying because you thought you were compatible. You know, life has no guarantee. Everything's a gamble. You're going to have to take a chance. You know, it is what it is. That's why it's all going to come out in the wash. The same thing with life stories. Like, if somebody is telling you a story about a person or a situation, or if you believe something to be true, in the words of Martin Luther King, no lie can live forever. So, unless you know something to be, true emphatically, and unless it actually is the truth, it's gonna come out in the wash. It might not happen immediately. There have been people who went 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you know, living with what they felt was their truth, but it was based in a lie. But what happened? It all comes out in the wash. You know, you come to find out that everything that you might have stood for was founded in a lie, and it crushes everything that you might have done, because it all comes out in the wash. You know, all the dirt comes out in the wash, and you don't have to, you don't have to force it, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to, you don't have to make it happen. You know, you don't have to search for what is. You know, as sure as, it's nighttime right now, the sun's going to come up in the morning. I don't have to force it. So, truth is going to surface. I don't have to force it. You know, the difference between real and fake is going to come out. You don't have to force it, because it's all going to come out in the wash. If somebody's down, they're going to be down with you. In good times and in bad times. They're not going to be conveniently down for you. It's going to come out in the wash because the situations present themselves. You know, that's the thing about life. It's situational, so you don't have to force the situations because they'll happen. Life is going to create the situations because things happen in life. You know, you're going to know. It's all going to come out at some point. But to be in a rush for it to happen makes no sense. Because sometimes you can have a good time and good memories with a person who just may, you and them may wind up going your separate ways. But enjoy the good times and move on. Sometimes you might, and the reason I say that is because I talk about it in a negative way, but the positive way is what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes we regret things in life because what happens is when you're looking for dirt on good people, you run good people off, and then you wish you didn't run them off. And you seeing how they carry themselves in situations, and you see the strength of their character, and it came out in the wash, and you realize, damn, that was a real one. I wish I would have been treated them better. You know what I'm saying? So it works both ways. But I'm tired though, so I'm going to bed. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.